Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking Corner. I hope you all are doing well. Today we will prepare delicious popcorn chicken. Popcorn chicken is much popular in every part of the world and makes its presence on the menus of KFC, fast food centers and even in restaurants. I am sure these delicious, flavorful and crisp fried tender popcorn chicken will be a new favorite. Enjoy them with any sauce or garlic mayo dip. So let's begin with the preparation of popcorn chicken. The ingredients we will need are 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of herbs, mixed herbs, a pinch of garam masala powder or allspice mix, and a pinch of amchur powder. This is optional. This is also called dry mango powder, or we can also use chaat masala powder instead of this. A pinch of baking soda or baking powder. An egg we will use as per requirement. A teaspoon of curd. This is the regular curd, low fat curd. You can also use yogurt for this recipe. 1/2 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 200 grams of chicken pieces. I have cut them into bite size. We can also use breast pieces or thigh pieces as per taste. Now we will start adding the masalas to the same. We will add the pepper powder, the teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. We can adjust the chili powder as per our taste. Then some dry herbs. Now these herbs are a mix of oregano, thyme, basil and a few more herbs. We get them easily in the market. And then the garam masala powder and the amchur powder. The pinch of baking soda. Now this is optional. We do not need it if the chicken is tender. Then we will add the curd. The ginger garlic paste, next we will beat up the egg. In this way. Now we will just use half of it. We will not use the entire egg, and then we will give it a good mix with a spoon. You can also go ahead and use your hands for this recipe. Now it is very important to brine the chicken if the chicken meat is tough. Otherwise we can directly add them into the marinade and then start preparing the dish. Now how do we brine chicken? All we need to do is we need to add the chicken pieces in around 1/2 liter of water for this recipe, and add some vinegar and soak it for around 1 hour minimum. These spices add a very good flavor to the chicken pieces. Now we will marinate the same for half an hour. We will also add the salt and mix it. In this way. While the chicken pieces are getting marinated, we will take some flour for the coating, and next we will add some black pepper powder. Now I have taken 3/4 of a cup of flour and 1/4 of a teaspoon, or you can also use half a teaspoon of pepper powder, black pepper powder, some chili powder as per taste. And then we will give it a dry mix in this way. This gives a nice flavor to the coating of the chicken. We will add 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Again, give it a good mix. If you want to add yellow color or a pinch of turmeric color, it is totally up to you. You can go ahead and add it. You can also add more spices for the coating if you'd like to. I'm just keeping it plain and simple. Now the dry mix is nice and ready. So after half an hour, we can see that the chicken pieces have got marinated in a good way. Now here we will take the flour as well, and we have a plate here to coat the chicken pieces and keep it on the plate. Now we will start picking up the pieces one by one. We will dust off the excess spices and the egg wash, and now we will use a spoon to coat it on top in this way. And then we will gently shake off the excess flour, and we will start keeping them on the plate one by one. In this way, we can see that the spices have coated the chicken pieces beautifully. Again, we will shake off the excess flour. And we will continue to do the same for the rest of the pieces as well. Now after coating the chicken pieces with the flour, it looks somewhat like this. It might look a little wet in this way. We just need to allow the chicken pieces to rest for 5 minutes in the same way, and then we will do the second coat, and then the chicken pieces will be ready to fry. So after 5 minutes, we will take the same old flour and then we will start picking up the chicken pieces and re-coat it again. If you really want a crispy and a double coat for your chicken popcorn, this step is a must. Otherwise, you can also go ahead and just coat it once, but I recommend to coat it twice. That is the best. Gives a nice and crunchy texture. So we will coat the pieces one by one. Please do not add all the pieces at the same time. Just one by one, gently. We will press it slightly. In this way, we will complete our second coat. Please make sure you use the right amount of egg. If the egg is too much, it might bland the spices up. We just need the right amount of egg. I have used exactly half an egg for this recipe. Half of a medium-sized egg. And we will coat it in the same way and keep it aside. We can see that it is getting transparent even though we had coated it once. So the double coat is really necessary to do it. In the meantime, we will also arrange the oil. We will prepare the oil to fry the chicken pieces. In order to save some time, or we can also start off after the chicken pieces are nicely coated. This might be a little bit longer in process, but it is absolutely worth the taste and worth trying it. So please make sure that you try it at home. It is a very simple and easy recipe. Now all the pieces of chicken are well coated. Now I think it's time for us to keep the pieces of chicken aside for another few minutes, around 5 minutes, and then we will fry them nice and golden. So here I have taken half a liter of oil, regular frying oil. Now we will switch on the flame to medium to high. Please make sure that you set it in only one temperature. Do not reduce it too much or increase it. It should be in medium to high temperature. Now we will allow the oil to heat till we can feel in our palms. We need to feel it in our palms, nice and hot, and it isn't hot yet. Now we shouldn't heat the oil too much as well. The oil should be just right. We will also take a spoon, a frying spoon in this way, and now we will wait for the oil to heat slightly. Now this step is very important. Please do not skip this step. We will also keep a plate ready in order to collect the fried pieces. Let's check if the oil is hot. It isn't too hot as well. Now what best we can do is we can just take a small piece of chicken and we can add it to the oil, fry it and see if it fries well, and then we will continue with the rest of the pieces. Now I can slightly feel that the oil is heating up. Now why I am not cutting this off is because I want you to know the exact temperature. It feels slightly hot in my palms, and we can also see that the oil's texture is changing and it is slightly, we can see the molecules moving away. Now we will just add a small piece of the chicken, and if it fries and comes up, then that is the right temperature for us to fry the chicken pieces, the rest of the chicken pieces. Now we can see it hasn't come up yet. It is still sinking at the bottom. So we will wait for the piece to come up. Now we can see it is slightly rising up. Now we can see it at the surface of the oil. It has come up. I'll just push it across on the other side. We can see the chicken piece is getting fried. Now first we will fry this piece till it is nice and golden, and then we will add the rest of the pieces. Please make sure you do not use a flat bottomed pot. We need a deep pot for this recipe, and please do not fill it too much as well. We just need half a liter of oil for this recipe, because if we add too much of oil on the vessel, what happens is it tends to overflow and it could be a disaster, and it could even hurt us as well. We can see it's frying nice and beautifully. In this way, we can see how beautiful it looks. We will drop it back and we will fry it till it is golden and not too dark as well. It looks like a little motorboat moving around here and there all by itself. We can see how it is turning. Now we will take off the piece of chicken. It looks nice and golden. We will collect it on a plate. Similarly, we will add a few more pieces to the same. We will shake off the excess dust of the flour, and then we will add it gently one by one. Please make sure you do not crowd the pot. I have added 7 pieces in a row. Now we will allow it to fry, and we can see that it has come up to the surface, and we will fry it in the same way for 2 to 3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. Please make sure you do not keep touching the pieces in between, as it could rip apart the flour and it could be a huge mess. Now after a minute, we will gently turn it around. And fry the pieces on the other side as well. We can see how beautifully it is coating the chicken pieces. This is what we are looking for. We will fry it for 2 more minutes and we will take them out. Since the chicken is nice and tender, we need not take too long to fry these pieces, and they are bite-sized, so it takes even more lesser time for the chicken pieces to cook inside. You can see they are turning nice and golden. Please make sure you do not adjust the temperature at all, and do not skip the beginning part where I started off with just 1 piece of chicken. Now we will collect them in a plate in this way. We can see how nice, crispy and golden they look. Absolutely crunchy and delicious. We will fry the rest of the pieces in the same way. We will add another 7 pieces to the same oil. And again we will allow it to fry Now we will gently turn it, and you can see that it is coating really well. Looks absolutely beautiful. We will fry it for another minute and remove it out. Now we will take it off on a plate. And we will fry the rest of the pieces in the same way and serve it nice and hot. We can see how crispy, crunchy and juicy they look. So here is the absolutely delicious and spectacular popcorn chicken. Do try it at home and enjoy it with your loved ones. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more delicious recipes. Do not forget to click the bell icon for my latest recipes. Always wear a mask before you go out. Take care and stay safe. See you in the next video.
So here is the absolutely delicious chicken popcorn. This will be so amazing. This is so amazing, and you should try it. Bye bye.
Bye bye.